Welcome to the very hot Midwest. We've been in the 90s with 100 heat index. Today I am going to finish the lower driveway bed. Let's go through that right now. I've been working on this. I tore it out several years ago. I had all perennials in there, and now I'm going to switch it over to shrubs to make it a little bit lower maintenance. So on the front edge I've got a barberry. I believe it's Tangelo or it's Neo. Should probably take a look at the tag. I can't remember. Yeah, so the front edge is Tangelo, and then I've got some other shrubs I'm going to put in here. So these are mock orange. This is spice, and it's going to create this half circle hedge of mock orange in the spring. In this bed, the front part, you can see where I've got stones. So this is the front edge is planted, and then I got some shrubs on the back wall. The front edge all the way through here are tulips, and I'll try to piece in some feed for what those look like because they're really beautiful. Mostly white with a spot of red here and there, which is what my husband wanted me to plant. And so I think I've got some leftover mock oranges, so I'm going to put those here, and I think that'll create a really nice wall and a scent, especially because I'm going to have tulips and stuff in there. I think the mock orange will bloom roughly the same time, maybe right after, which is fine too, which maybe what I'll add for spring bulbs in here, maybe I'll add some alliums or something later on. We'll see what the bloom time is of these. So what I'm going to put in are those, and then I've got a redbud that I'm going to put there. I've got this random white oak. It's a bur oak here, and the ants are all over it because they're mining aphids. But the reason I'm leaving it here is because I'm going to harvest those acorns to grow some bur oak trees. I don't have any other bur oak on my property, at least not that I found, and I would like to get some more bur oak. Moving on, if we go down here, I've got some weeds to clean up, and then I've got I've got a firelight hydrangea here. It's been here for a few years. I haven't fertilized it, so it's kind of it's really stunted in growth. And in here I've got a summer crush hydrangea. The backdrop are actually burning bushes, dwarf burning bushes. I put a fence around this one, which I'm going to take off because it looks kind of silly. I had a lot of problems with deer walking through and munching on it, but Milorganite's been doing a pretty good job of keeping the critters off my stuff, so I'm going to remove that fence, and maybe for winter I will put on a metal fence, something that looks a little better than that. And I thought I would add something else in here. So these are Let's Dance Sky View hydrangeas in the front, and they're a little bit smaller, so hopefully that works. And then again I have the barberries. The other thing I may add in here are Japanese forest grass, which is a lime green. The thing I don't like about it is an annual in my zone, and I really don't like buying things every year. So I'm putting these shrubs in just to try to make it a little bit lower maintenance than what a perennial bed would be, because this was all perennials originally. And it's changed so much over time. And then we have this great big willow which is coming down. It's rotten. The carpenter ants got to it and it split. And then this little area is turning into a little oak forest. I got the red pin oaks that are just randomly coming up. I did not plant them. Mother Nature did. Little squirrels and critters. But let's take a look at this willow just to see how bad it is. Yeah, she's done. You see it? It's so bad. I mean, there's chunks of it that have fallen off, and we just need to get it down. There's one on the ground there. There's pretty good sized logs. So we'll stand out here on a windy day and you can hear it creaking, which is kind of creepy. So we're going to get that down. So let me get these planted, then I'll give you an after video. The other thing I have to plant in here is some sunflowers. I have all these different colored sunflowers I planted from seed, I think in June. I'll try to find the date and put it on screen. And they're probably a foot tall. I don't know if I got a date on there. Oh, I do. Oh, I stand corrected. I planted it only 3 weeks ago. And so it's really, really hot, like I said. And they are ready to go in. I got different colors of sunflowers, and that should fill in as my temporary annual that will die back, but it'll get me through frost. So this one's really pretty. This is a Tithonia Mexican sunflower. Really bright orange. This one is a Chianti hybrid burgundy. This one is Orange Prince, Vanadium, and a Velvet Queen sunflower. And then I have this Purple Heart Tradescantia, which I had one little piece and overwintered and became this huge bush, and then I propped it in February in the greenhouse outdoors, and it just took off like crazy. So it is doing really well, and that will add some additional fall color to this area. So it's been 2 days since I shot the last video. I was able to get the garden done, and now I'm going to show you what happened. It was just too hot. I could only do part of the day, and then so I got it finished the next morning, and then we got a much needed rainfall. We got an inch of rain. We haven't had rain for 3 weeks, so I was celebrating for sure. So let's take a look at how this one finished. This is kind of a nice little garden area again along the driveway. I got some field stones in that curvature because I have like a little wilderness walk behind it. And then we got a little bench that I sit at sometimes. As I said, this willow tree has got to come out of there because the carpenter ants destroyed it. So down at the bottom section here, I planted 3 Let's Dance hydrangeas. These are Let's Dance Skyview, and they're very, very small for right now, but they'll do better. And then I planted some sunflowers, like these little sunflowers, along in front, and 3 of the taller ones in back. I've got a couple of hydrangeas here. This one is actually a firelight, which has been in the ground for a couple of years, and it is just starting to turn pink. Today is August 1st, so I'm very early. And this is a Summer Crush, which is the bright pink one. For me in zone 4, these grow from the ground every year because we get so cold. And the note for anybody trying to grow a Summer Crush in zone 4 is you cannot assume that it's dead until you get to Father's Day or sometimes 4th of July. You'll have to watch for the new growth coming from the ground because that's how it is every year. But I still should get blooms by September, hopefully on this one. Then as we walk through here, I've got some weeds to clean up yet, but this is Tothina. I'll put the name up there. I can't pronounce it right. This is also called Mexican sunflower. It should be a bright orange, I believe, but I'll put a little image of what these should look like. And so this will be a nice backdrop in this area. So planted along this edge here, these are the mock orange. And hopefully those will be a nice shrub row of just white balls on it. That'll be really nice. And then I've got some of the other sunflowers, which I got an orange one, I think, and then a red one. I'll put the names in here so you can see what that'll look like. Which is just really kind of nice. I got this random oak tree, which I'm going to harvest the oak acorns off it to plant. So I'm going to leave that there for now. And then the barberries, gave them a little trim. And this is Tangelo. It's got a little bit of that green edge on it, on the leaf, which is kind of nice. And then I had some leftover petunias, which don't look like much. They'll be fine. If I cut them off, they'll start coming. They're bright pink. And this here is an eastern redbud, which also has a pink bloom on it. And so I'm going to protect this from the rabbits and the deer over the winter. And then this will be really nice to fill in this area. So when you come in my driveway, this is what you'll see. And then I've planted some of this purple heart in here. All of these need to get established. Everything's looking a little sad right now because they're just recently planted. But as the summer goes on, because we still have quite a bit of summer left here, 2 months, and it will fill out pretty nice. So when you come in my driveway, this is what you see. You'll see this little, what I call the lower driveway bed. As I go up to the top, I've also got plants in the upper driveway bed. And so as these fill out, they're going to be beautiful. Like I said, in the very early spring, I've got tulips in here. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then we move over into the upper driveway bed. So in the upper driveway bed, I planted a bunch of coneflowers. I have beautiful coneflowers up here of all different colors. This one is called Kismet Red. Look at how beautiful that is. Really nice. And then I've got Fiesta Orange, which is really pretty too. This one I can harvest. I'll deadhead this one. But look at the colors on the petals. I mean, you can see it without my hand in the way. Look at the petal colors. There's like orange-red combination. That's really cool. This one is gorgeous as well. This one is a Baja Burgundy coneflower. Look at the colors. As they age, they change a little bit. I have two of the red salsa. I just had a little hummingbird come up. That was kind of interesting. This one has better color combinations on it. Look at how beautiful those are. This again is red, salsa red coneflower. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the seeds from these and I'm going to try to plant them. Other trees, other things that I have in this little garden, I have a mungo juniper and some tall garden phlox. I've got some, I have some dwarf burning bush here. I've got some blue smoke signal grass here. This is blue smoke signal grass, which is kind of cool. I've got a mugo pine, which all the combinations and textures go really well. Got a couple of weeds. I've got a false indigo. This big hydrangea has been here for years. This is a vanilla strawberry, and it's just started flowering, and right now it is absolutely full of butterflies and bees. Looks like some black wasps. Lots and lots of butterflies right now. It's extremely fragrant. It's actually kicking my allergies off. Look at the bees. Look at the pollinators out here. I mean, how many different kind of bees are you seeing? There's lots of them on here. It's crazy. So I have pruned this over the years, but it's probably been several years since I pruned it, but you can see how beautifully filled out it is. It is taller than me. This is probably 7 feet tall, truly at full size. You can see where I didn't deadhead. There's a couple of spent blooms from last year I didn't get out of there, but for the most part, it's pretty beautiful in this landscape. I found this different sedum. It was kind of variegated. I didn't buy it for the flower so much. I'm not fond of the yellow flower, but it's variegated. This is an Atlas sedum. And it just adds a different contrast, especially with the mugo pine behind it. So I did it for that reason. And then to go down this path here, I put some coleus that are going to fill in, and that'll be just kind of a filler for the fall. And I planted this really late. If I had planted this in May or the very end of May or early June, these would have been filled out by now. But I just got tied up with doing too many other projects. So this is a little bit behind schedule, but hopefully it's ready for next year. The coleus, of course, will die back because that is an annual. And I have this little path here I still need to finish, but for right now it works. Then on this side of the path, I have some yuccas. which I really like the contrasting foliage there. I have blue rug juniper here. She's got that nice little blue look to it. And then here I've got, this is a astelbe. It's a red astelbe that just finished blooming. I've got some different petunias again, just to add some color going down the trail, down the path. And then in the little caged area here, this is a little arborvitae. That's one of the fast growing ones I put there. I took out an emerald arborvitae. I've got a project I'm going to use it for. I'm going to topiary what I took out. It was pretty big. And I just decided to put a fast growing arborvitae here instead. The emeralds grow pretty slow, 1 foot a year, maybe 2. And this great big shrub looking thing is a goat's beard. When people come to my house, they ask me, what is that? This thing has been here again for probably 14 years. So it's really big. It flowers in June like an astelbe, and it's got a light colored flower on it. Let me know in the comments, what kind of shrubs or flowers do you have on your driveway? Do you have a garden bed? Let me know what you have in it. So that is where I'm at with my driveway gardens, which I've kind of left neglected for a few years. So hopefully they take off now and I'm taking care of them. If this video was helpful, give us a thumbs up so YouTube knows to share this content with others. Also consider subscribing so you don't miss any of our other great videos. If you like garden tours, check this playlist next. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.